I'll probably cut that out.
We wouldn't want to offend anybody.
Right.
No.
Right. We would not want to do that. We were, what were we doing? I was thinking about something we were doing.
and it got hurt my brain. I said, no, I ain't going to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking too hard yesterday driving home, and I got a headache. I was like, I gotta quit doing that.
Yeah. Got to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, I can't be doing that.
I'll ask you a question, and I want to tell the truth. Have you ever turned down your radio so you can see better?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Almost every
Especially
day.
if you're backing up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
won't go in hard unless you turn the radio down.
Nope.
I've turned the radio
can't.
down passing a cop before.
Like he could hear in my
That way you
car.
sneak right on by.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm doing 17 miles over the limit. Let me crank this radio down. So,
This will do it.
yeah,
Do you duck your head when you do
Yeah,
that, too?
hide behind the steering wheel. Yeah, I got pulled over. Did I tell y'all about that?
Mm-mm.
We was
No.
going to play golf last week.
Well, I saw you. But-
Yeah, you passed me.
Yeah.
You blow the horn.
Yeah, didn't even slow down, did he?
Gotcha.
Wasn't me, you know. And that's
You
what I
afraid
did.
he'd recognize your brother and pull you over, too?
Saw the sticker on the bag. It's like, I better go get him.
Look at that.
Uh,
Got the other one.
There was a deputy that got behind me on Highway 11. Everybody's been on Highway 11. Viewers, listeners, everybody's been on it. And so it was about, what is it, about 15 miles from Walhalla to the golf course. And it's all Highway 11,
It ain't that
basically.
far.
So as soon as I get on Highway 11, the deputy gets behind me. And I'm like, cool, you know. And so we're creeping along pretty decent. Speed
Hey, you
limit's-
didn't say that. You didn't say cool. Debbie got behind you. You didn't say cool.
No, initially I said, shit.
There you
That's
go.
what I thought.
You know, we need to
That's
get
the
there
first
because it's
reaction.
going to get dark, and I need to go ahead and get there. I don't need to putt along. Well, a couple cars in front of me, so we're doing a decent pace. 55 speed limit. The cars get out of the way finally, and I creep it on up to about 62. And he's staying with me, and I'm keeping an eye on him. I'm glancing back at him. Watching him, making sure he doesn't get squirrely. And he is right on my ass. I'm sitting there thinking, well, he could pass me, going around me. So I ease over to the right, white line, and he flashes the lights and throws me a wave. When I see him,
Flashes headlights.
yeah, flashes headlights, throws me a wave. So I, throw him a wave, and we keep on cruising. We get to
I guess he's not going to pass me.
Yeah,
That's fine. Whatever.
I took that as, hey, we're cool. Let's
We're
go.
Cool, let's go. We got places to be.
So I creep on up to about 68, and which is 13 miles over for anyone who can't do math.
So 55.
And he's still right with me, and he blinks his blue lights, and I'm like, well, shit, dude, going around me.
Slow
So
down again.
I slow it down again to about 60, and he didn't leave him on. He just flashed him and then waved. I was like, "You can go on around me, dude. Ain't
This
nobody
is
coming."
Pretty hard. This is like cryptic.
Right.
You're having to make a lot of assumptions
Oh, yeah.
about what he means.
Right. So we get cruising. I mean, he doesn't pass me. I'm like, but he keeps waving. I'm like, oh, we're good, So I get on up
Stop
to about
waving at me
70.
and just let me go, 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, I get on
Come
up to about 70. Then he turns his blue lights on and leaves them on. And I'm like, well, so I slow down, kind of get to the right. I'm like, go the fuck on around me.
Oh, no. He's staying right behind you
Yeah.
with those blue lights
Yeah,
on.
yeah. So now I pull over to the side of the, off the road, away from traffic. He pulls in there behind me and gets out, starts walking up to the car, and I'm like, I'm not nervous like I would normally be if I was getting pulled over because we've had an interaction so far.
Yeah, and you're not drunk.
Right.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. And he comes up, and he's an old timer. He's bald headed with a white mustache. Tattoos on his arm. He's a veteran probably.
Nice.
And, at least of the police force.
Mm-hmm.
Comes up and he says, "Hey man," I said, "What's happening?" He said, "You in a hurry today?" I said,
You could say that.
"Nah, not really." I said, "But I wasn't real sure what you wanted me to do." I said, I saw you flash your headlights, saw you wave. I thought, hey, let's go. We cruising.
I thought that was like a countdown.
He
like
said,
the lights. Yeah, like, okay, go.
He said, well, we were. He said, and that's kind of what I meant, you know. He said, and I give people 10 miles, 10, 12 miles over. He said, but then you got on up to about 15 over. He said, I'd stop you. I was like, well, I'll be honest with you. I didn't know what the hell you wanted me to do. I didn't know if you wanted me to get the hell out of your way, if we was cool to go on, if you needed to be somewhere and just wanted me to go on. I didn't know. And so that's why I kind of slowed down, and I thought, well, maybe he wants to go around me. So I eased over to the right. He said, well, if I wanted to go around you, I'd turn on my sirens and went around you. And then I thought, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
So,
fair enough.
he said, no, he said, you just, you got on up there to about 70. I said, I had to pull you on over. I said, no, I'm not in a real big hurry. I said, but I did not understand all the signals you were giving me. I said, and that's my bad. I said, I'm not classically trained in the arts of policing. So
I knew there wasn't a Krispy Kreme at the end of this exit, so I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. There's no donut shops around here.
I didn't know
they
what
don't
you were
close
doing.
early. So he reached in the window and kind of patted me on the shoulder. He said, slow your ass down and get out of here. I said, okay.
We can do
Yep.
that.
Okay.
We have the technology to do that.
Then
There's one thing I
about
can do.
2 miles from where he stopped me, he got off and went a different way.
You nailed it.
He waved. I threw him a wave, and then I did about 85 to the golf course. I was like, son of a bitch.
You had to make up that lost
Yeah.
time.
Now I'm even later because this guy just wanted to chat. So if I told that story, but if there's a police officer behind you and he flashes his headlights, that means, hey, we're okay. Don't go more than 12 miles over the speed limit.
Yep.
Then if he flashes his blue lights, just turn around and go home. Just get out of his way.
Just stop.
Yeah, if
Just
there's a
pull
gas
over.
station.
Yeah, just take you a little turn,
Right.
sit, and let him go on.
Let him go on, and then if you are a dumbass like me and just proceed to speed with a cop right behind you,
Yep.
expect him to eventually come up and say,
he's going
hey.
to want to converse with you.
Yeah.
There's a line there, and you don't know where it is because he's going to give you real offhand signals.
Right. They're real vague signals like, hey, we're good, but don't go too fast.
Hey, we're good, but we're also not at some point that I know and you don't.
Right.
But
So-
now, to put this in perspective, in the big picture of things, was that the worst thing that happened to you all week?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
see, hey, you're all good
Right.
then.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Right.
all good.
No ticket.
No.
Just a little bit of time.
Yeah, just a friendly, hey, we're cool. Just, don't do that.
Yeah.
Be
Pay attention.
smarter. I'm
Pay
like,
attention
well,
next
that's a good point.
That's the worst thing that happened to you.
Hold on. I almost got stung by a duck.
But well,
Yeah.
now that could be traumatic.
Yeah, I narrowly avoided it, but yeah, he was not happy. But I told that story not because it was funny, but because people need to know
it's still
that
pretty funny.
if you are just kind and respectful to law enforcement, most of the time they're going to be that back to you.
This
Every
is
now
true.
and then there'll be a bad egg, but they probably ran across 7 or
But
8.
he's already stopped you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say they probably ran across a whole damn dozen of bad eggs earlier in the day. So if they got a little attitude, it's probably justified. If you got an attitude, you was probably screwing something up. So
Yeah, don't do that. The,
Yeah.
the best play is not to have an attitude.
yeah, I got real dark tinted windows.
You got a lot of stuff that you could get pulled over for
Guns.
legally.
Right.
It's all
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
and then when I get pulled over, I don't immediately go to, why you pulling me over? I know, because I was speeding.
Yep. And I knew it.
and you was right behind me.
Yeah. There wasn't
And I
like,
knew
I might have saw you speeding. It was like, nah, I was pacing you for about 8 miles.
I was literally following right behind you,
Yeah.
going the same speed.
So people who get pulled
Speed.
over and get all, get an attitude, shut the hell up. Just, take your ticket and go home.
You got to take that L. You
Yeah,
gotta
then
know
call
when
Hawk
you-
Law and they'll fight the hell out of it in court.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just give it to them.
Right.
If you get pulled over, just say, hey, go ahead and write me a ticket.
Yeah.
Hawk
Take it
Law. Hawk Law.
Take it
You
in
know?
stride.
just mail it to them that next day. Like, okay, here, I need you guys to deal with this.
Right.
Hawk Law, baby.
But yeah, so I shout out to that guy because he was
Call
cool
all
about
fours.
it. And then I should have just owned up to him,
not
be like,
the
hey,
Hawk Law
I'm
guy.
trying to get to the golf course before it gets dark. Play a little golf with my dad. And
Mm-hmm.
he'd have been like, oh, well, hell, we'll get on out here, guy.
No,
He
probably
wouldn't-
was it. You need another? You need a 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got my
Now,
gloves and
the first thing he would have asked was, "Well, who's your dad?"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it could have took a turn for the worse.
or the better. You never know.
Well,
depends.
just
depends on who it was.
Well, the odds are
odds are
stacked
against
against us. But
Well-
I mean,
Now, I thought about that in the past when I got pulled over, and it's helped. My dad being my dad, a lot of people know him.
There's again.
there again,
It's helped
go either
that
way.
people know him from the last 20 years. They don't know him from the last 40 years.
Because all them done died off.
So
Those bodies haven't been found yet.
So my thinking is, used to be I would, they would ask and I'd own up to everything. And now, I look like I'm 55 years old. So they don't give a shit who my dad was, But now I think I'm gonna start using that if I, hopefully I don't
Might as
get pulled
well.
over frequently. But if I do,
Well, if you happen to have a cop riding right behind you and you
Yeah.
speed,
yeah, if I put myself in that situation,
do get pulled over.
I'm
Don't
gonna
try
start
to throw it
throwing
out
out
there.
names like, Buddy King's not gonna be happy about this. And if they don't respond to that one, I'm gonna say, well, Earl Holcomb's not gonna be happy about this.
Not gonna be happy.
And they're
at
gonna be
all.
like, hold on,
Who'd you say?
What'd you say?
Big Earl, Little Earl. I'm like, neither one of them. They're both gonna be highly disappointed in me.
Just go on. Just go on.
Yeah.
I've heard that several times, especially when I worked in Greenville.
Mhm.
DB was a retired trooper.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody pulled me over. I said, oh, man, I hate this. What do you mean? I said, a friend of mine, DB Wilson, he's, he ain't going to like getting pulled. You know DB? Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. He is? Just go on.
Yeah.
That's what they'll say, like, pissed them off.
Yeah. Get out of it. I can't write you a ticket now.
Get on
Sometimes I'll do it the opposite way. I'll be like, man, Josh is going to be upset. Josh who? Josh King? Oh, yeah, I used to work out with him at the gym. He's kind of an asshole. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here's your ticket.
Yeah.
Also, here's another one for the tent.
yeah.
But I'm glad to know that's the worst thing that happened
Sorry.
to you all week.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, well, listen, you talking about worst things happening.
Oh, you've been to the cafe again.
No, no. I started avoiding that cafe.
Oh,
Smart.
There's a
I'm
bunch
glad.
of, there's a
That's
bunch
a
of
good
freaks
thing.
in there, and they don't need one more. So, no, I was over that way, and I had to go through an Ingles parking lot. Yeah,
they got parks there.
yeah.
Okay.
But the bad part about it is, I go through, and this is early in the morning, so up front there we got a Coors truck parked with all the things up, all the beer shining there, and then behind him is a Krispy Kreme truck with all the things, all the donuts shining at me. And listen, I'm gonna tell you, I almost had a nervous breakdown right there.
I can understand your dilemma.
I said, "Thank you, Lord, for Earl not being with me." Or yeah, boys,
Yeah.
cause we could be in jail for stealing stuff and eating stuff, drinking stuff we ain't, we ain't got no business.
It could have went south. in a hurry.
Real quick. I mean,
Yeah, you can't,
It could have not worked out that well.
especially with them donuts.
Oh, yeah. Or the beer.
Well, I was gonna say maybe the beer first and then the donuts.
The real question is he thanked the Lord for both of us not being there, us and Earl.
Yep.
So who was he thanking for what part? I think we know.
Yeah, I think we know.
Yeah, some of it's kind of obvious.
If you judge it
I
on
think we
body
know.
mass, that's us. So
yeah, cause if you look, I mean, me and Earl, we could wear out some beers. I mean, but and y'all can wear out some donuts.
yeah,
Yeah, you could say that.
yeah. We like to get donuts when we go to the beach.
Yep, it's a tradition.
But you gotta start answering different. Every time we go in to Krispy Kreme, get some donuts, walk in, and the little girl behind the counter says, "How many?" And both of them say, "All of them."
How many you got?
Yeah,
How many dozens can you make?
right.
Okay,
How many boxes do you have?
I'm not good at math and I can't divide by 12.
You can just huck them in a
Boxes.
sack for all we care.
Yeah,
We're gonna eat them.
Matter of fact, get that guy that does them pizza boxes. Like, get him over here for the
Yeah.
Krispy Kreme boxes.
Yes. Yeah, and turn the speed up on the glazer. Matter of fact, can you mind if I just lay down on there?
crank it up.
Just let me run
Ride through there one time. Earl, do you enjoy a donut?
Oh, I'll eat a donut in a heartbeat.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I eat them whole and all.
There we go. Now, the real question is do you like throwing them?
Well, I never really thought about it. I can imagine. I can see where that could have its attributes. Good
All right.
attributes.
Well,
You
it's
ever
not
thrown a
that
donut?
fun. So last time we took this beach venture, we procured some donuts. And
They were good.
I think we got
They
a
were good.
dozen raspberry filled.
Yep. Dozen raspberry filled, a dozen regular.
Yeah, and that's for 4 people for 2 days. So we were barely squeaking by.
Or one person for one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get back, and it's been a fun day, and we each have a donut. So there's 8 raspberry filled donuts left.
Yeah.
It's them two, me, and Trey.
Yeah, Trey was there. Sorry. When we wake up in the morning, there is a half of a raspberry donut left.
Left. Not
One
eaten.
half.
Left.
And I see where this is going, but go ahead.
Maybe. Because Josh, Dad, and we only had the one.
I understand.
And we get up the next morning and they're all gone. So we immediately, as you would suspect, start pointing fingers at each other like, what the hell did you eat all the donuts for?
What are you doing?
Yeah, everybody kind of
asleep.
looked at me initially like, hey, come on.
Come on. Like,
You could have saved us one.
Right. And so
this one isn't even cut in half. It's eaten.
yeah,
There's a bite
it was
out of
eaten
it.
in half. And so then
back in the
and Trey wakes up, and now we're all kind of figuring out, oh, yeah. And so we start quizzing him, like, hey, what happened to all the donuts, And he starts making up shit, like, oh, I knocked them off the counter, and I only could save half of one of them. Like, nah, there's nothing in the trash, And next thing I know, Josh is walking away, so I get that hat, and I'm pissed. He's walking out to the balcony, so
You want a donut, ain't you?
yeah, I wanted a
He
damn
woke up
donut. And so I get that half
hankering for
donut,
a
and I just
donut.
hucked it as hard as I could at Josh, and it missed him and hit the window. And it's not as fun as you think.
I can imagine.
No.
What was fun is watching Trey over there looking that window.
Yeah,
I like that.
he was getting it. He was getting it. Yeah, donuts are fun. We went through the drive-through to get them.
Yeah, that was weird. That was a weird thing.
And
Was it a
Krispy Kreme.
It was a tour bus.
Yeah,
though.
but there was
That
a tour bus of something. And
Nursing home people.
no,
or
they were
maybe
a
it was
little
a
younger
passenger.
than that.
Maybe it was a passenger bus, but it was a bus nonetheless, not a school bus. But
Yeah,
like
sorry,
a charter.
it wasn't a tour bus like a famous person tour bus. It was like a Greyhound bus.
Yeah,
That stopped at the Krispy Kreme. And people were standing in the drive-through window, like at the window, ordering, and we're in a car behind them, and they're just taking their sweet-ass time.
One guy has a
can
hat
we get a
on.
little hat?
Yep. One guy
Yeah.
got a hat and put it on. A grown man.
It took all I could do to calm Josh down enough to not let him get out of the truck and fist fight
Oh,
somebody.
dude, I was mad. I was angry because there were 4 people in line, and they couldn't just all get one order. They had to do it individually.
Right.
Oh,
And then what set me over the edge was the last guy was the slowest one, and he's the one who asked for the hat.
Yeah.
and he also needed a receipt.
Yep.
Yes.
And by that point, I was
Oh, he
hungry and angry.
Unbuckling his seatbelt. Trey was shouting slurs out of the sunroof.
It was
You know.
it was hot there for a minute.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the donuts.
No. But we got them, got back. And then after that debacle, the next morning we wake up thinking, hey, we'll eat a donut before we go play golf. No, we won't.
Yep. Nah,
No,
there
we
were
won't.
none left.
The other donuts are gone too.
Yeah. Every donut except the half of the raspberry was gone. And we thought,
That
How-
boy's gonna
where'd he
have
put 'em?
diabetes.
yeah,
Yeah, where'd you put them?
yeah.
You
That's
get
a
a
sugar
knapsack
rush from-
somewhere
Well,
to
we
keep them
don't
in.
have that problem this year. I like a donut. I'll
Yeah.
eat a donut, but I ain't gonna eat all you don't.
Ain't gonna eat
We'll
all
frame
8.
you for it
No,
if you
ain't
do.
gonna eat
Yeah.
all 24 you
Yeah,
don't.
even if you do, we'll frame you for it.
Yeah, there's a good chance that if you eat them all, we're going to frame you for it.
Yeah.
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 It's always the smallest guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's the one that did
Yeah.
it.
He can eat anything and not gain a pound. You know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how Trey did it. He must have put them in a sack, take them home.
Put him loose in his bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuffed him in his suitcase.
That's something-
Or his bag.
Yeah.
that he wrote.
Mhm.
His what is that thing called where the hobo's got a pole
Knapsack.
and a yeah.
Yep, got that
That,
knapsack.
yeah.
Because you can take a nap on it like a pillow, right?
There you
I
go.
would think
I
so.
think that's where the name comes from.
There you go. Yeah, that duck was wild, boy.
Where did you encounter this stinging duck?
Well,
Lake.
Yeah, he was. I was at Ingles, and
He jumped off the beer truck or what?
yeah, and
He's sitting
I
on the
don't.
curb drinking a beer, eating a donut.
I don't know if it was.
I'll sting you, boy.
I don't know if it was a duck or like a
B.
mallard or a goose. I don't know the difference.
Goose.
You know, if someone put them on a chart with names under them, I could tell you the difference. Like, hey, find what's different about these. I could do that. But just out in the world,
Out in the wild.
it's all a duck. It don't matter if it's a goose, a geese, a damn gander. It don't matter.
None of them.
They all ducks. Or a partridge and a parrot. It don't. It's all a
Doesn't
duck.
matter. It's a duck.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's either a bird or a duck. What kind? Who gives a shit? So
Except for this one.
yeah,
Because it tried to
This
sting
is
you.
a stinging duck.
yeah. So
This
this
one's
one,
a rare one.
I was loading groceries into the truck, and it just comes wandering up out of nowhere. And normally, like, you remember when there was a bunch of seagulls around here in
Yeah.
parking lots?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
hell
that
was
was-
up with that?
That was weird. Yeah.
They took a wrong turn down around Florence.
I
somewhere.
guess. And anyway, so the duck just kind of wanders up, and it startled me, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's a duck or something."
What he looks at? Hey, what's up?
Well, he just wandered up and was like mooing or whatever they do.
Oh, dude. Cackling at you.
Yeah, like man or whatever. And so I was like, I kind of used my foot and like, get out of here. I ain't got nothing for you.
Mm.
And he's like, bullshit, you got a bunch of groceries.
Yeah, what you mean?
Yeah.
I've seen what you put in
Yeah.
the truck.
So I had
Saw that
a
baguette you got there.
I had a pack of M&Ms up in the front. And so I was like, I'll give him an M&M. What's that going to do?
Probably kill it. Yeah.
Who knows? I'm going to be long gone by the time it does whatever it's going to do. So I get up in there and I pitch it out the window, and it goes on the ground. He goes and looks at it, looks back at the truck, looks at it again. I'm like, I'm not feeding it to you. I'm not.
Yeah, he's like, this is on the ground. This ain't how this works.
Well, now he won't move, and I can't back out of the parking spot because I'm afraid I'm going to run him over.
He's holding you hostage.
Yeah. So I get out of
what
the...
else do you have in there?
Yeah. So I get out of the truck, and I try to nudge him with my foot. I'm like, get out of here, dude. And he
You don't like that?
No,
I'm
don't
not
like
feeding you. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not. That's all I got, He's like, bullshit. Yeah. So I nudged
So you
him.
reached down and picked it up and feed him, and what happened?
No. So I nudged him with my foot, and he whipped around real fast and like put his
Like a duck will do.
Tail?
yeah
Put his stinger on you, didn't he?
yeah. And I was like, whoa, I'm not trying to get stung by a duck, dude. I'm not.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, so I didn't kick him, but I lofted him with my foot.
Yeah.
About 40 yards.
It's
away
a,
from
it's
my
a punt.
Yeah, that's it.
Really? That's
Yeah.
a punt.
Yeah.
I get
I was
you.
gonna say it's not a kick unless you hit
Tee it up.
and then it goes. Yeah, like tee
Yeah.
him up. Like if you get him, pick him up, and then launch.
That's what I did.
That's more like a catapult. That's a
Yeah,
that's like a what do you call that? A nudge.
That's what I
call
did.
that. A nudge.
I
Nudged
nudged
him like
him.
40 yards.
yeah. It was about 8 feet probably, and
Not
just
bad.
enough to get me out of the parking spot. Well, that little bastard comes running back. I'm like,
Wait a minute. Did you run to the truck to jump in?
well, I was just outside of my door, so I nudged him to hop in. Here he come, fast as shit. I'm like, what the hell is this guy want? So
Oh, dude, he wants to fight now. Is what
Yeah.
he wants. That's what he
I'm
wants.
like, he already tried to sting me. now I can't get him away from me. So
He wants to go home with you.
that's what I guess.
He wants you to domesticate him.
So I'm gonna have to back up a minute here
Okay.
and correct you in something you said earlier.
Oh, not surprised.
Well, we were talking about the police pull episode.
Yeah.
And we asked, was that the worst thing that happened to you all week? And
Yeah.
you said, yeah. What? No, you were mistaken.
Sounds like this.
This sounds like the worst thing that happened to
Yeah.
you this
This
past week.
this was a
Well, we don't know how it turns out. He could
Well,
have took the
it's
little
not-
duck home,
Yeah.
put him in the
looking good.
bathtub with a bunch of water, and feed him every 3 hours or something. We don't know.
Domesticated a duck.
I didn't video it.
There you go.
Right.
Again.
So I messed that up. But what I did was I was like, okay, he doesn't like M&Ms.
We
What
know
else do I
this.
got?
So I
I got
go
some
in.
Hawaiian rolls here. Let me get some.
I go in. Well, that's when I was a kid. We would go to the pond up at the thing, and you could throw out some bread, and the fish would eat it or whatever, or the ducks would eat it.
Mm-hmm.
That's 45 years ago. I couldn't remember that. So I go in the back and peel out a slice of turkey from the
Here's duck. Eat a turkey.
Yeah, where I just got
he
it.
gonna look at this. Is my relative down the road somewhere.
Yeah.
I ain't eating that.
Just
I
had it
can't eat
sliced in the deli, and so I get off a slab
dang,
of that.
so you got some like boar's head turkey you're giving him.
I'm giving him good shit.
Man, that's the deli.
Yeah.
Had the deli cut
So-
it and everything.
I break off a piece of it, and I'm like, holding it, and he's not sniffing it. But
You holding it, trying to feed him.
yeah, well,
You
I'm
didn't throw
like,
it down.
I'm-
You just held it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
got
trying to let him know, hey, here's something else. you know.
Here's something for you.
So a while ago when you said I'm not feeding you, that was a damn lie, wasn't it?
That was in the moment I wasn't.
He
feeding
called
him.
your bluff.
But now I have to get out of here. And he's got me hostage. So, and I could have just ran him over.
Yeah,
But-
or maybe he would have moved.
Yeah.
Maybe he would have moved.
Probably not.
You're not, probably not. So
He
you
looked like he
would have
hated
had to run him
himself.
over, but
Yeah. So he notices, hey, there's some other foods. Well, and I'm parked on the side of Ingles, so I'm right up against the building. Well, I throw it and it sticks to the building. And he runs over there,
How'd he run again?
he just waddles, and he's looking up at it because it's too tall for him.
Now you got to go back
And
and
he
get
looking
it off
back
the
at
wall.
you. He didn't look
Yeah.
back at you.
He come-
What
he
the
come
hell?
running
And he's
back to
looking
you.
at it, and then he goes, and I'm like,
Come on.
so I walk over. I knock it off the wall, and it gets to the ground, right? Now I'm talking to him like, look, motherfucker, I got to get out of here. I got milk in the truck.
I got to go.
Ice cream in the truck.
So I go back, get in the truck, start backing out. I finally get out of the parking spot, and I see, here he come running. I'm like, no. At this point, I'm out of the thing trying to leave. I'm like, if he gets under the truck now, hell with him, dude.
It's on him.
Yeah.
It's on him at that point.
So I pull out. Well, now I'm in traffic waiting to get out at the light,
Uh-oh. He's coming.
and I can
He's
still
coming
see
for you.
where I was. He's doing it to another car. I'm like, this dude, this is a hobo duck. He just out here begging
Met
for
the
stuff.
hobo duck at Ingles.
Yeah. But when he whipped around real fast, I thought, he's stinging me. Or shitting on me, whatever.
Either way, it ain't happening.
No.
Not to me.
I was like,
Not
Well,
today.
whatever they do,
So I got,
best I can figure, it's duck 2, K0.
Yep.
pretty much.
Because he got some M&Ms from you. He got a lot of time from you, a lot of attention,
And some boar's head turkey.
and
Yeah.
some boar's head deli meat.
Fed to him.
Yeah, he got me, dude. So don't go to Ingles in West Union and park on the side of the building. Because little Hank or whoever, he'll come over there and
Hobo
mess up
Hank
your whole
will
damn
get you.
day. Yeah.
I'm not gonna regret this.
So the y'all know the Lord's Prayer.
Yeah.
Start say the Lord's Prayer. Begin.
Now I lay me down to sleep.
Oh.
You could say that.
We used to, it's our Father
Who art in heaven?
in heaven.
Who?
Your father Art, not Buddy, but Art.
Yeah.
Well, see, that brings me to my point.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ready to
Father
travel, go to Spartanburg or somewhere. So, these several people around the parts counter there, and we got a diverse group of technicians.
Mm-hmm.
White, black, Hispanic, the whole thing, and so, I'm always trying to figure out people and, see what they are in there. So I asked them, I said, does anybody know God's name? And not the Hispanic, not the white guy, but the other guy says, yeah, I know his name. I said, what's his name? He said, Howard. And I'm saying, well, I said, Howard? He said, yeah. I said, how you know it's Howard? And he says,
Our Father.
which is in heaven, Howard be thy name. I said,
Oh.
never thought of it that way. I mean, I guess it is Howard.
That's a good point. I thought it was Art.
Yeah.
No, well,
Art, Howard.
Our Father Art.
I hope it's Howard.
but the reason we were around the parts,
Because you work in the parts department.
exactly, and I wasn't ready to travel yet. But we got another guy that he's an older guy. He retired one time, and he's a big old guy too. I mean, he's he looks like he come from the Army for 42 years and retired. Said, I got to do something, and he's a big old guy. I mean, a huge guy, and he had some surgery, and they had to cut his throat right through here.
Damn.
Jesus.
I mean, right through there. You know, and he has to wear this neck brace and all that. I don't know what they did to him. But anyway, we're standing around there, and not the Hispanic guy and not the white guy, but the other guy asking, says, what happened to you? And before he could say a word, I jumped in there and I said, listen, don't talk about it. I said, he was in a dang gang war at Tipsy Taco 2 weeks ago. Got his throat cut.
That's a turf
Thing
war.
you don't know about it, he's high up in the Crips. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, so don't talk about that to him. And the poor guy, he turned around and walked away.
Yeah. Sensitive topic. Don't mention it. Don't bring it up.
Had a turf war over there at the Tipsy Taco.
You should see the other guy. You know, that's the next thing.
You
Yeah,
was
that's
talking
what you
about
should see
having
the other-
surgery to cut your throat. I think our buddy Gino had that, where they do neck surgery, but they go in from the front.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's had that surgery.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Now,
Didn't
what's
ask
it?
him, but I think he did a long time ago.
The
Many
throat
years.
surgery, we think? Or is
No,
it,
it's
Neck
on
surgery?
It's on your neck,
What?
but they
That's
go,
what it was.
but they go in from the front.
They had
I'm
to they had to
serious,
fuse his neck or something.
Oh, damn. But they go in from the front.
They go in from the front.
Thank God. Because
I heard.
that's funny that, not that he had throat surgery, or neck surgery, whatever he had.
Well, it's cool that, it probably went well, it sounds like.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah, he
There we
heals
go.
up for about 4 weeks.
There you go.
supposedly. So
There
he'll
we
be
go.
out 4 weeks. You know, and
It's funny that you mentioned what the guy knew God's name. I was thinking the other day. You remember that time I threw up in church?
I'm
You
surprised
wasn't
you
there.
didn't get kicked
I don't-
out.
you wasn't there.
No, I would.
We
I would have
did
been the
get
first.
kicked
I would have been
out.
the
Too
first
many
one that's
donuts.
like, "Oh, he's sick.
Well,
Kid's
I
a
think
demon.
that they
Get him out."
I think it was a situation where they thought I was possessed.
Yep. I would have been the first one that said that and been like,
Yeah.
in other words, it was one of those situations that they thought you was possessed.
Yeah.
"Your head's about to start spinning."
Yeah. We were, our grandpa was the preacher at the time, so that didn't look good. And Dad was a deacon, which also didn't make it look real great. I wasn't helping the family cause, basically.
You were playing like the fallen son.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, but we were coming out of, I was a child, luckily. So,
Oh, I'm glad it didn't happen last week.
yeah. No. But we were coming out of the children's room or whatever. Wherever they
Back.
kept us at till we
Upstairs.
Yeah. And so we were coming to the not the meeting room, but what's the sanctuary? Where we were going.
Big room.
And we were coming through the front door, like where the front door is. The hallway came out right there. What is that called? Right in the front door of the church.
Vestibule.
Vestibule.
Yeah.
We was in the vestibule, and I threw up everywhere.
No. You didn't even make it in. That's probably a good warning sign. Don't take him in the sanctuary, whatever you do.
Yeah, luckily I didn't get it, but the carpet was the same. So
The
red
the
carpet.
worst part about this is it's about the same year-wise when The Exorcist came out.
yeah.
Did they
So
have
people
shag
on the edge
carpet in that
anyway.
church?
Yes.
Did they have shag
Red.
carpet in that church?
Red shag carpet.
I thought that.
And
That's what I'm talking about. I like that.
but and for whatever reason in the children's room they gave us snacks. It's 8:30 in the morning. We don't need snacks. We just had breakfast. Hopefully, if our parents love us. And so they gave us like red KoolAid, and first I don't remember what they.
raisins or something?
Yeah.
Red KoolAid and raisins.
I don't remember what they gave us that morning, but I do remember what.
Came out.
Yeah,
It was red.
it was red and full of marshmallows. And I'm weird. Looking back now, I don't remember what happened before. I remember a little bit about what happened after, but I don't remember what happened before I threw up to know, like, were we playing a game with a bunch of marshmallows? Did I just have a bunch in my pocket?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
You saw it. See, you could fit in your mouth.
Yeah. And I did. We were walking through there, and I threw up, and the teacher was not happy.
Mm-mm.
No, it was several
you just
people
ruined
there.
Sunday
You
morning.
know, and it was like you could have threw a nuclear bomb down there. It'd been the same thing because they went
Yep.
just
Scattered.
everywhere.
And then I remember one of them going to get Dad, and
Like I was gonna do something. Like
Yeah.
he's your kid. Like,
Yeah.
Does that mean I got to cleaned up? Where's his mama?
It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like somebody hadn't cleaned this thing up yet. So,
and our grandpa was the backup preacher. there was another preacher there who was not happy that I threw up because he was backstage like in the green room pumping up, listening to music or something. Green room. And but backstage was right outside of where I threw up. Mm-hmm. And I remember it vividly. He came out and he goes, "What the hell is that?" Child Caleb said, hell in church.
And not in the right tense. You didn't even know that at the time, though.
No. And I was trying to tell Dad, he said hell, And Dad is not happy that I threw up. He's not mad at me, but he's also not happy that I'm
not
a dumbass and not cleaning it up myself. We didn't go back to the church.
You didn't clean it up either, did you?
Mm-mm.
Neither did you.
I don't think it was an embarrassment thing. I think it was more of like a, hey, figure out what's wrong with him.
Y'all find y'all
on your own time.
Yeah.
Yeah. The good thing about it is they did have red shack carpeted, so you could get by with the red.
It blended in.
Yeah, really all we had to do was pick up the marshmallows. And
after you tried to eat them again, I said, "Look, let's get out. Let's just go home.
We got to get out of here.
I don't think Lord's with us today. Let's just go home."
Yeah, I'll never forget that, man. I threw up, and the preacher looked at me and said, "What the hell is that?"
He said, "Hell."
I threw up.
Dad, he said hell.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was like, Dad. Dad's like, "Stop talking. Quit." I was like, "Dad, he said hell."
Don't dig it any deeper.
He's like, "You threw up marshmallows." I don't give a shit what he said. Yeah, I got to clean these up.
Where'd you get those marshmallows at?
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably what happened. I probably snuck a bag from home in my little book bag or something.
Yeah. I can see you doing that in your pocket.
Yeah.
Just having a pocket full of marshmallows
I
as a
threw
kid.
up. Yeah, oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I was that kid who had a pocket full of them. I threw up there, and I threw up in elementary school. Mm-hmm. I remember the times I've thrown up. I don't remember what I learned.
You was making the rounds, wasn't you?
Yeah. I don't remember anything, dude.
No, I don't remember one single subject.
Keyword being yet.
I threw up in Dick's Sporting Goods one time.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's just because you was in Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was drinking those out-of-date sodas up there, I think is what did it. I wasn't making no money. I had
muscle milks.
Yeah.
Oh. No, I threw up at work one time at Lowe's. It was fairly smooth, and no one likes throwing up, but
yeah, nobody wants chunky throat.
Yeah, nobody likes
restaurant style.
Yeah, it was more like a mild restaurant style.
Campbell chunky soup coming up.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. No, it was
in the floor.
No, not in the floor. I actually grabbed a Lowe's bucket that they used as a trash can, but it didn't have a bag in it.
There you go. Well, they got plenty of them.
So it was I was in flooring, and I saw the bucket, and I was like, "Oh, this, I'm about to throw up." So I got it, and I did my business. I went down and T-bowed and threw up in it, and then I just pushed it right back under the floor now, and I was like, "Man, I'm going home."
Well, next week, said, "What the hell's that smell?"
Yeah,
it would have been better if you'd have took it up to your manager and been like, "I threw up." like a child. Yeah. Like a child, I got to go home.
Here's the evidence. I'm out of here.
We call my dad. Like, you're an adult guy.
Can you call somebody? Call my mom.
Do I need a note?
Should I go to the doctor and get a note or not?
Yeah.
That was not fun.
No.
It never is, but,
y'all ever thrown up in a weird place?
Well, I've thrown up in every place I ever been. I'm surprised I ain't thrown up in here. Gee, I like throwing up some big deal.
We've practiced that.
Hell yeah, rehearse. All right, now, buddy, you get that spotter right over there, and I'll get this one out over here.
All right, then.
We'll have this whole floor covered.
Ooh, that
if we ever throw.
That's pretty damn
funny right there.
Yeah, no, I didn't make a habit out of throwing up.
No.
No, even drinking too much,
No, you can't make a habit out. It'll sneak up on you is what happens.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when you least expect it too. I mean,
I try to fall asleep. Before I throw up. Man. So in case I do it, like it's like a, kind of like a Squid Game.
Like a dream?
It's a Squid Game with myself. Like, am I going to die or not? I might choke them on, throw up.
Yeah.
That's happened before. That's not pretty.
Speaking of throw up, do y'all remember when Arbys had the I threw up from a roast beef sandwich at Hardees one time, and my grandpa beat my ass for doing it.
For wasting food.
That's kind of a different story, but it's still a good one I'll tell one day. But do y'all
A
remember
roast
when?
beef sandwich from Hardees.
Yeah.
Hardees,
Well, I'll
not
tell you now.
Arbys.
So it was when Hardees was trying. Hardees was what were they doing? They were trying to figure out their identity.
Hardees has always been doing that, just on a consistent
Yeah.
hamster wheel.
Right. Probably cooking hamsters.
Yeah, let's be honest. That's probably the next step.
But
hamster
do y'all remember when Hardees had a roast beef sandwich option? Okay. I was a child still. This was near.
They
the
called it
time
like
when
a
I threw
hot
up.
ham and cheese though, but it was like a roast beef sandwich.
Yeah. No, that came later. This was an actual roast beef. Like
Oh.
they said, hey, Arbys is
I don't
doing it.
even
Why can't we do
remember
it?
that.
So, for whatever reason, my grandpa thought it'd be a good idea to go to town to get some food from Hardees.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, that was really all you had. Hardees was the only thing in town.
Yeah.
So we went.
Was Subway there yet?
No.
The only Subway was over near Blockbuster, and it had the newspaper on the wall. That's how old
yep.
it was.
Paper
So
mache, baby.
we went, and he asked me what I wanted, and I said a roast beef sandwich, and he looked at me like I was a dumbass, because I was.
Because you're at Hardees.
Right.
He said, I want a roast beef sandwich.
He said, hey, can I get a roast beef sandwich? And they were like, sure.
Yeah, why not?
Well,
we
we're
haven't
taking
sold one of these before, but yeah. You can get this.
Sure, we'll figure it out. Well, we take it home out to what I called Long Creek, but it's not Long Creek. It's that way. And we get out there, and I open it up, and I'm like, ugh, this is green.
Yes.
But then again, he did.
Yeah, I opened it up, and I said, ugh, this is green. And it had like green. What it was
Green.
like the oil or juice or whatever is on the damn meat. It was like an oil spill. Like when you see an oil patch in a parking lot, the colors, it was like that. And I was like, this shouldn't be this way, I don't think. But I'm a kid, so what the hell do I know?
You know
I'll
to
be
slap
missing
that bun
everything.
down back on it and take you a bite.
So I ate me a few bites of it, and then I'm like, I don't feel good. And so then my grandpa was like, eat your food. And I was like, I don't want to.
I paid for that. Eat it.
That was it. And then I was like, it's something wrong with it. And he was like, just eat it. And I was like, no, it's green. And I showed him, and he was like, ugh, don't eat it.
It's green.
So we go back to Hardees
Take his green burger
for
back.
him to show them, hey, what the hell is this?
What's this now?
And they were like, oh, sorry, we'll get you a fresh one. And he's like, no, I just want
That
my
was
money
the
back.
explanation. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
My bad.
They were like, we
They
don't
didn't
serve
care
roast
at
beef.
all.
We don't know where the hell this came from. Somebody could, shave down a rat back here in the back. That could be rat meat. So he's like, I just want my money back. And we went home, or we went to his house. I got sick, threw up in the split level house, I threw up in the vestibule of his house.
Right before you get into the sanctuary.
And he was not happy. And I was still hungry because I only had half a tainted roast beef sandwich.
Now you didn't
I was
have
going to say it
any.
after that. You didn't have anything.
Yeah, he got his money back. I made a refund of the sandwich half that I ate.
And you didn't get no dinner.
And then I got my ass beat for throwing up.
That's what you got for dinner.
I went home. I was like, I don't want to go back no more. And Dad was like, why not? And I'm a 4-year-old. I can't tell this story like
now
I
you
can now. I was just hungry.
Yeah.
And the next morning, I got all the marshmallows.
And then after I say, Grandpa said, don't do this in church. Or next morning, guess what
He
happened?
was still sick.
Yeah. So, but I
That's
was,
kids for you.
yeah, speaking of Arbys, do y'all remember when Arbys had that sunroom off to the side of it?
Yep.
A few restaurants had that.
Mm-hmm.
Like they
That was
would
a
make the
popular
restaurant.
Oh, you talking about like Shawnee used to have that little dark covered
Yeah,
thing
like
that
the
come down
glass
like
area.
that? Yeah.
It was like
yeah,
glass all
yeah.
over it. What
Yeah.
the hell was that? Why are they putting sunrooms on restaurants?
Saving lighting.
Yeah.
Keep
Good
the
point.
power bill down.
Keeping it warm in there
Damn.
in the winter.
Yeah, maybe.
I remember
Who
when
knows?
you used to get 5 for $5 at Arbys.
Oh, hell
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
5 roast beef sandwiches for $5.
That was
now
prime
it's
time.
1 for $5.
Yeah, that's right.
That was prime time. I was in high school when that was going on. And on a high school budget that my dad let me have,
That's right.
yeah, that was good eating.
That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
$6.
You still only get 2.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a good deal. And what is it? Inflation? I don't think that's it, but sort of it.
Yeah, that's kind of right.
But I was thinking about that.
But that was what it was. You ate 5 for $5 every day. Yeah, it was inflation, all right.
You got inflated.
You was inflating.
Case in point. I remember going into Burger King in Seneca.
For the first time?
Not the first time, but I remember them, like, it had to be when I was a kid. Because if I went in there now, it would not feel the same.
Mm-mm.
But
it doesn't.
It seemed like it was 4,500 square feet of dining room in there. Yeah. And they had like the molded, like Burger King colored booths and little chairs that spun. You know?
Red and yellow.
Yeah. Yep. I remember all that. Remember the ball pit over at McDonald's when I found that needle in there?
Yeah. That's why they shut it down.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Hypodermic needle in the ball pit. Somebody got a little too sauced out and said, I'm going to get in the ball pit to get high.
I was going to say, I feel like if you did like heroin or something like that, you got in a ball pit, you would just think it's like a jacuzzi.
Oh, yeah.
So I could see somebody doing that, just leaving it in their arm, hopping in, not knowing it.
Well, we're in the ball pit as children playing, and Josh is like, well, look at this dart I found, throwing it. I'm like, that's not a dart.
What are you doing?
So we didn't get to go back there anymore. They took all those out.
Yeah. That's why.
Play places no more.
Yeah, they're probably not going to have anything now.
You remember going to jail?
Mm-hmm.
I actually went to jail, not to get into jail, to try to turn myself in to get into jail, and they wouldn't take me into jail. How many people ever tried to get into jail?
Well, I don't know.
A lot of people tried to get out.
Yeah, I understand.
But trying to get in, I tried to get into jail.
Did you mean to do it?
Yeah. No,
Well, I meant to do it because you was with me.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Only reason I remember it is because I threw up in the vestibule.
I get super nervous.
It's something about vestibules and foyers or foyers. And what's the other entranceway called?
Door.
Door. Like
foyer?
A foyer, vestibule, and there's one more.
I can't think.
Easement? No, that's not it. Not an easement. It's damn it. It's like at a fancy restaurant, not the waiting room. It's like when you go in at PF Chang's, they got the rotating door and everybody's. Maybe it is a waiting room.
Lobby?
Yeah, lobbies. I don't like lobbies either. I ain't really thrown up in a lobby, but it's probably coming.
Yeah, that's the next step.
But you got a lot more change.
Working your way up. Revolving door, you will.
Yeah. This one dumb bitch, I swear to God, I was going into PF Chang's and they have a revolving door. Well, they also have a regular door on the side, which I use 90% of the time.
It was locked, wasn't
it? It said don't use because of COVID. I'm like, seems weird, but whatever.
Plus, you're not a hamster, right?
Yeah.
So.
But the revolving door was the only one they had working. So
revolving doors are like roundabouts.
You love them.
Exactly.
Yep.
I go in, get my stuff, and I'm coming out. Well, there's this heffalump walking out in front of me, and she gets in there and starts cruising around. Well, I get in the next stall, and it's very quick, in and out. It's one revolution, and you're out. Well, she can't figure it out. She's trying to pull the door, and it's stopping the whole damn thing.
So you stuck in there.
I'm stuck. She's stuck. Nobody can get in or out. And I'm trying to tell her through the glass, hey, just keep walking, push it and walk and everything will be fine. And she's like, pull it. Pull. I'm like, no. So eventually I'm like, all right, well, she's going to keep pulling it. Maybe if I turn around and go the other way, we'll get out of here.
You can walk her out backwards. You both get to.
That's what I do. So I do that, and I come back out in the restaurant, and I get out. I'm like, I gotta wait on her to get out of here. She was in there for 20 minutes. I had to ask somebody to unlock the other door so I could leave. I'd already taken my egg rolls out and started eating them.
Already went through a whole container of pot stickers.
Yeah. And this big bitch is stuck in the roundabout. Like, you
can't get out.
And the problem was,
she was coming out.
She was standing too close to the spindle or whatever in the middle.
So it wasn't even moving it.
She was hitting her feet with her damn orthopodic shoes.
Orthopodic.
And so the weekly question pops up in my mind again.
Yeah.
Why did you not video this?
Oh.
Yep.
Well, I've had egg rolls in my hands.
Oh, okay.
That was
He was busy.
I thought you were
He
going to
was
say,
busy.
was that the worst thing that happened that week? And I couldn't remember.
Nobody
Surely
ever
it
thinks
was.
to dang
That probably was.
get any of this on evidence on camera.
We're just going to start putting these cameras on our.
Yeah, well, that's
Sure.
right.
Body
You gotta have a
cam.
GoPro. You got to wear a helmet with a GoPro everywhere you go.
Yeah.
You know.
That would actually be very funny. You wearing a helmet with a GoPro? Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever go to them roundabouts and then just get in the roundabout and don't get off? Just go around several times, blowing
That's
your
what
horn.
You did last
I do.
week.
I do it all the time.
That's why I said you love with these doors.
You can do the same thing with the revolving door.
I do.
But that's the thing. Like, the revolving door is real sneaky. Like, some of them are electric, so they do it on their own.
Oh yeah.
Those are the nice ones.
But like this one, this
Man.
lady was standing too close, so when she would try to go, her back foot, the door would hit her back foot and wouldn't go any further, and then she couldn't pull it forward because her front foot would hit it. I was like, ma'am, just move to the wide part where you need to be anyway.
Stay on the outside.
I'll get us through here. I'll pull the whole damn thing. You know, I'll row this boat ashore. I don't need no help. I just need you not to F it up.